afternoon. Learning how to ride a bicycle is one of the greatest milestones a person can experience in their life. That is, until you experience the milestone of hitting the pavement without a helmet after your first unavoidable bicycle accident. According to the Center for Disease Control website, in 2015, the United States had more than 467,000 bicycle-related injuries, and 1,000 of those bicycle accidents resulted in death. To ensure that you are as safe as possible on a bicycle, you can focus your attention to three key factors, starting with wearing protective equipment and clothing, then rolling into obeying the rules of the road, and finally crossing the finish line with being aware of your surroundings. So what protective equipment and clothing can you utilize to make your ride safer? Bicycle helmets are made to do one thing: to help provide safety and protection from head injuries, and likewise prevent a potentially fatal one. Properly fitted bicycle helmets are used to reduce the risk of head and brain injuries in the event of a crash. According to helmets.org, helmets provide a 66 to 88% reduction in the risk of head and severe brain injuries for cyclists. Helmets like this one have a multi-directional impact protection system built in, so it allows the helmet to move around your head in the event of a crash. It's this little plastic piece, it's called MIPS. So it allows the impact of the accident to be spread across the head instead of at one specific spot. It reduces traumatic brain injuries. Lights can also help make your ride safer. From my own experience, cyclists are generally riding more often during the daytime hours than at night. Hence why more bicycle accidents occur during the daytime. Companies like Trek Bicycles are now making daytime running lights that are so bright they can be seen up to almost a mile away. Being seen at a farther distance can allow a car to react earlier to cyclists on the road. Helmets like these can integrate your lights so you have the accessibility without having to put it on your bike itself. It just allows for you to utilize the light and shine it whichever direction you want. Lastly, reflective and high visibility gear. It is highly unsafe to wear just black while riding a bicycle. Reflective, high visibility clothing allows a car to see you from a greater distance and be able to make the proper adjustments needed to maneuver around the cyclist safely. The next thing that can help keep you safe on a bicycle is obeying the basic rules of the road. While riding a bicycle on the road, you're essentially an automobile, and you should obey all the laws that automobiles do. You should adhere to all traffic signals, stop at all stop signs, and give pedestrians the right of way. A full stop on a bicycle is indicated by having at least 1 foot on the pedal and on the ground. Maryland restricts cyclists from riding on the sidewalk unless it is allowed by local ordinance. This means that you should be as defensive as possible and look both directions when turning and crossing intersections. Using hand signals can indicate to other cyclists and motor vehicles that you are turning or stopping, allowing them to give you the space to do so. Forming an L with your left arm upwards signals a right turn. Forming an L downwards signals a stop.
Hospital, attention to hospital. Activation of the Adult Rapid Response Team.
My apologies.
Building 10, 5 East, room 119. I say again, activation of the Adult Rapid Response Team. Building 10, 5 East, room 19.
Extend the left arm outwards to signal a left turn. Let's finish with how being vigilant and aware of your surroundings keeps you out of harm's way. One of the best methods you can utilize is riding only in places you are comfortable. If you don't enjoy riding where there are cars, then stick to bike trails and low traffic areas where you are able to focus on everything around you. Ensure that your bike is properly suited for the riding conditions you want to partake in. It doesn't make sense to take a road bike on rough terrain that's meant for a mountain bike, because it leaves room for error and injury. Lastly, watch for debris and other objects on the road and trails. By avoiding objects such as branches, sticks, potholes, and glass, it can greatly reduce the possibility of damaging your bicycle or causing an accident and injuring other people. One time, my dad was riding with my brother, and my brother was riding right behind him, and my dad stopped suddenly to avoid some debris in the road. My brother ran right into the back of him and damaged his bike and caused minor injuries to both of them. It ended up being $1,500 worth of damage to my dad's bicycle. So always watch out for debris. That's one of the biggest things. It will keep you safer. In summary, cycling can be a great sport for both recreation and fitness as long as you follow the 3 straightforward safety rules of wearing protective equipment and clothing. Obeying the rules of the road, and being aware of your surroundings. I would like to leave you with a quote by Albert Einstein. Life is like riding a bicycle. In order to keep your balance, you must keep moving. Thank you.